Hello, good morning. It's a very, very exciting day in the Corner of Craft today, and let me tell you why. Today, I am going to be dyeing up the final two colourways for the 2023 Chromatic Yarns Advent Calendar, the daily Advent Calendar, the last day of dyeing mini skeins for this Advent. I still need to dye the 100 gram skeins, but that's fine. We'll get to that. I laid out all of the yarn that I've currently dyed yesterday. I said that I didn't really know what colours I wanted to dye anymore. I got to the point where I'm just blinded by all the colours and I don't know what to dye anymore. And so Jess of Skein and the Stitch said, well, let's see what you've got already. And that encouraged me to go and sort of lay out what I've already done. One, my Advent is stunning. I'm so proud of it. This is the most thought I've ever put into an Advent. And the most, I don't know, it's the first Advent I can see myself dyeing again, which is very exciting because usually I'm so tired by the end that I'm cool, I never want to think about dyeing an Advent ever again. But with this Advent, I think, it's just so good. It would be a waste to not I don't know if I'd do it as the whole thing, but I might split it into quarters. So it's going to be, it's more of a fade than, well, not a fade. Fade isn't the word I want. It's more of a gradient than I'd anticipated. My ability to do. Also, I mean, I'm dyeing up the last two colourways today, so we'll see how that goes. But there's the potential for me to make it a circular fade, which is ridiculous. I did not know that that was a skill that I possessed, and one that I accidentally happened to stumble upon. So, exciting times. Yeah. In all fairness, I didn't say it wasn't going to be a fade. I said that it was going to be it was going to be a gradient, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a little bit slicker than I thought I'd be able to achieve. So I'm really proud of it, and I've been showing it off to my Dyer friends who aren't getting it. The downside is that I'm running out of zip ties. I've got, how many am I short? I'm short by 8. I'm short by 8, which is just really annoying. So yeah. Which also just goes to show how much yarn I need to twist. I need to twist so much yarn. Hang on, I'm just going to shut that door. 2 more Advent dye days, or 2 more Advent days to dye, and hopefully all be well. I can do that today. I've got a bit of a later start today. It's 11:30, but I did this yesterday as well, and I was fine. So I've also made a start on the stitch markers for the weekly Advent because it's all happening. Mario asked me, "Oh, so how are you planning on shipping all of this?" Blah blah blah. Honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because I don't have space to have it all here and me not ship it and also work on the weekly Advent. So I kind of need to get these completely done, but I'm still waiting for an element of them. But this morning, I've started making 5 of the weekly, or 5 stitch markers a day for the weekly Advent. Great, I'm making 80 of them. Very exciting. And so within just over 2 weeks, they should all be done. But I already fell behind. So this morning, first thing, whilst I was having my morning cup of tea, instead of playing games on my phone or knitting, I made stitch markers instead. And yeah, I'm now back caught up and can make my next 5 today. And yeah, I'm up to 20 made, which is very exciting. Quarter of the way there. Once this is done, I just need to spend a few days twisting yarn and then also hopefully working on my next collection, which I need to work out when that's coming out because I haven't thought that far ahead yet. You said that you didn't mind the black and white dyeing videos, you quite liked them, you thought it was fun and mysterious, and you still got to see the dyeing techniques, but you could just kind of play a guessing game with the colours. So guess what? Today we've got another black and white dyeing video, although right now this is just me putting mini skeins out of one tub and into a tray. Terribly exciting, I know. Terribly, terribly exciting. But I just wanted to share this momentous day with you of me dyeing up the last couple of colourways for the daily Advent calendar. I also don't know if I'm using too much citric acid. No one told me. But what I would absolutely love, and what I think would be a very fun game, is if you tried to guess what colourway I'm dyeing. Bear in mind that it's dual tone, so it's all going to be dual tones, but what colours do you think that I'm using? I just think it'll be fun. Leave me a comment in the comments. And, you know, I won't tell you if you're right or wrong. But I will say during Vlogmas which colourway I dyed in this video, if I remember. Please use gloves with acid dye. I just clicked record on the camera, therefore wasn't wearing gloves. I'm wearing gloves in this clip. I like to mix my dye like that, as in I mix the whole vat in one jug and then I split the jug into two. The reason I like to do it that way. One, I dye in like 2 trays at a time. The reason for that is, although I have 4 induction hobs, I cannot dye, I can't switch all of the induction hobs on at the same time. They can all be on at the same time, they can all cook at the same time. I just can't actively switch all 4 on at the same time, otherwise I trip the switch. I have to have a small pause in between, so I do 2 trays and 2 trays, and then they all cook together, and that's absolutely fine. But I mix it in one jug and then split it, because then I know it's going to be the same across the board. Whereas if I mixed it fresh each time, it might vary slightly, which isn't, you know, isn't ideal. But yeah, I absolutely love this colourway and think this one's really, really fun. And yeah, if I hadn't have laid out all of the colourways yesterday, well, no, it's day before yesterday, but at the time of filming this, the day before, I honestly do not think that I would have done such a good job on it. I just needed that push to just needed the push, let's be honest. And of course I had to add speckles, because speckles are my thing. I'm not particularly good at them, I'm not bad at them, but I don't think I'm anything special with it. You know how some people, you see the dyes, that the yarn that they dye, and you think, oh, those speckles. Maybe it's just because I know I've done it myself, but yeah, there's speckles in every single colourway. And I just wanted to compare the shelf here, which was end of May, to the shelf now, and how little yarn I have, and how expensive my next few yarn orders are going to be, because I need to replenish the shelf. Not quite to the standard that it was at the end of May, because that's just when all of the yarn for the advent calendars had arrived, but it needed to get done. Also, I'm so glad that I don't have to do this for a while, because I made the mistake of having sock sets for my weekly advent. That was an error, because I'm going to have to go back to floofing more minis. But there's 3 ties in every single mini, and I've done 3,076 mini skeins for the daily advents that I've had to floof each one, because otherwise it's just really tight, and then it acts like tie-dye, and there's, you know, the dye doesn't penetrate. So yeah. Behold, I'm sat in my foldy out chair again. Delightful. It is currently 3:30. I've got the last 4 pans on. I just need to flip them and re-speckle. And, well, not re-speckle, but speckle. And then I likely will leave them to cool overnight, and I'll rinse them in the morning, because they've got some dyes on them that take a little bit longer to exhaust. So yeah, I'm just sitting and chilling outside, so I'm not too far away from the cooking yarn. And then yeah, just gotta go back in, flip, speckle some more, and then I'm done dyeing up minis for the daily advent. And then I was getting all excited to celebrate, and Mary was like, oh, well, you've still got the 100-gram skein to do. I'm like, I know, just give me something, just let me win. Also, this noise is so not relaxing. Anyway, right, I better go rinse. I took my clippy out so I could sit with my head back against the cushion, but yeah, I consider this a win. Usually when I'm finishing advents, it's October, so the fact that I have finished dyeing up these minis in August is astounding to me, and then I can spend the next chunk of my life twisting them all up, because I've only twisted up 13 days worth of minis, and so over halfway, but still could be better, could be better. stared at my phone and played stupid games on my phone for like ages. And we've had dinner, so I'm about to start doing my 5 stitch markers for the weekly advent. And the cats want their dinner. They've still got half an hour. Just starting episode 2 of season 3 of The Witcher. Fun times. Good evening. It is 7:45. I have only made 1.5 stitch markers, so I kind of need to get on it. I've just been like mindlessly scrolling on my phone. It's because I'm tired, so I need to watch something so I don't just fart around. But I'm so... can't believe I'm already done with dyeing advent minis. Like, it's actually ridiculous to think about. So 3 years ago when I dyed up advent calendars, I only dyed up 60, and it was pretty easy to get them all done in time because, you know, it was 2020. And so they all went beginning of October, because then we were moving to this house towards the end of October, so I kind of wanted them out. And then 2021, I was getting the dye shed sorted. So dyeing around all of that was such a palaver, so I rushed at the end. 2022, I accidentally took July off, and then I feel like I've gone through this recently. I accidentally took July off because, well, I went on my honeymoon. I went to the south for a week to help my friend's wedding, and then I went to her hen party, and then Yarndale, and then I was prepping for Yarndale as well. So to have these done by the 15th, 16th, 17th of July is bananas. I genuinely can't believe it. I mean, I've still got to start with the 100 gram skein, and I'm getting some ideas in my head about what I want it to look like. I don't think it's going to fit in with the fade, mainly because I like to use them as like a standalone thing, but maybe I'll rethink it. And yeah, I'm really excited that I've done it. Now I just need to replenish the yarn from on my wall of yarn, because, as in bare yarn. If you can hear running water, it's the cat's drinking fountain. Yeah, I need to replenish the bare yarn because I don't have hardly any left now, so I need to buy some more. Also need to buy the yarn for the weekly advents, but I think tomorrow I'm just going to try and twist up as much yarn as possible, and it takes 2 hours to twist one colourway, so that's not going to be a fun time. Plus I'm almost all caught up on Critical Role. Not quite, but that is what I was watching while I was twisting, because I can get 2 colourways done in an episode. But yeah, I'm running out of them to watch, which is quite annoying. But yeah, that is essentially what I'm going to be doing. But I also did talk about live streaming, but this week I've kind of been full on with dyeing because we've actually had quite nice weather. But I might pop on YouTube, see if I can do a black and white live stream from my phone, because that's what I'd be using to stream. And then twist some mini skeins with you, because why not? I mean, it might not be interesting, but even if it's just an hour to help me with motivation, it will be great. So yeah, I would say a very, very productive day. I'm absolutely thrilled that I've managed to get as much, or that I've managed to get them all dyed up. I'm a little in shock. I don't know if you can tell. I've still got quite a long way to go. Still got quite a lot of work to do on them, so maybe let's not get too ahead of myself, because it's going to come back and bite me on the bum. I can feel it already. Anyway, there's me getting all excited, and I've still got loads to do. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Hopefully there's enough footage. This video is long enough. I can't really tell, but hey, I haven't really been knitting, I haven't really been crocheting. I've just been trying to get on top of this and get on top of yarn twisting and stuff in the evenings. So I've not been knitting, I've not been reading. I was in such a fun. I think I was burnt out in July. I shared this in Wednesday's video on Patreon about how I think I was just quite burnt out and I hadn't quite realised it. Yeah, I was just like done. And now I know for next year, take some time off in the summer, take some time off in July, just schedule 2 weeks of doing nothing, either, you know, go somewhere else or whatever, just knit and read and have a good time and recuperate, because now I didn't do that much. I feel a bit bad because I didn't feel like I did that much work in July. I mean, I had a shop update, so I did do bits, but I didn't work as much as I should have done. But now I'm back on it and I'm being super productive. It feels really good. It feels really good to be back on it. So yes, feeling quite chuffed. I won't lie. And I might block. It's meant to rain tomorrow, so maybe not. I was going to say I might block something tomorrow, but we shall see. Potentially. At least I need to block some stuff ready for the podcast next week, otherwise I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would be lovely for you to give it a thumbs up, no pressure if you don't want to. And yeah, it would be wonderful if you were to subscribe. I post a new video here every week, be it a knitting vlog, not a knitting vlog, a knitting or crochet podcast, be it a studio vlog, you know, all sorts. I post mainly crafty knitting things though. And I have social media. If you want to follow me over there, you can do. It would be lovely. And I have Patreon if you would like to support me over there, but there is never any pressure. You can enjoy a lot of my content here for free, but if you want to see me a little bit more and you've already burnt through all of my videos, head on over to Patreon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It has been wonderful spending the day with you. I hope that you are well, I hope you are fantastic, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!